Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here and welcome back to more Medieval 2 Total War. Playing the Britannia campaign from the Kingdom's expansion on very hard difficulty is Norway. And Scotland is already making their move on us. It's turn 2, they couldn't keep it in their pants. One full turn even. So here they come. This captain right here is bringing a Scottish army. So an army is usually led by a commander or a general. Now either this is a member of the... oh gosh. Okay, well, for some reason the map's messed up. Hold on, I think I gotta reload to fix that. Hey, there we go. I think I'm gonna keep it zoomed out. I think that prevents the issue. So either it's led by a family member of the Scottish family, where you would see like a special model, but this is just a generic captain, meaning one of these troops has just been automatically made the captain. So if you take him out, the morale of the troops are going to suffer. So I'm sending over Geller right here, this Norwegian general. I don't really trust him, but I guess I should give him, you know, a chance to prove himself, at the very least. Something else you can do with a commander is that you can construct watchtowers. So if I was to plop down a watchtower right here, I could see more of the area, even when I don't have anybody in the area. But considering there's a watchtower here, I feel like that's a little bit of an overkill. So let's try to cut off this captain. Now Kirkwall has some troops that we might want to move down into the action, because I have a feeling that we're not going to be requiring so many troops in Kirkwall at the moment. So we'll move the ship with Admiral Stan up here, and then we should probably send down the troops. We can do that now, and then we're gonna bring the diplomat on the next boat. So what happens if I move out the town militia? The town gets pissed at me. So now I gotta figure out how to appease them. What if I put down the tax rate again? Then they're okay with things. Okay. So I'm gonna take these troops and send them over. Now, if my town comes under attack, yes, I've spread myself thin. That's my own mistake. I'll deal with that if it happens, but from my general experience, I think Kirkwall's gonna be okay. So here we go. We're going to amass all of these troops. Knut Håkonsson, how are you doing? You're not the greatest at management. How's this city feeling? The city's not doing great. So if I was to move out Knut, we might struggle a little. What if I simply moved out some of these troops? They'd be fine with that. Okay, so we're going to amass a little army down here, so we can focus on beating back Scotland, which appears to be approaching us. And yes, I'm actually using Facecam for this series. A lot of my viewers have just gotten really used to... oh, rebel settlement. I knew it was down there. It's led by Leod MacLeod. His son is probably going to make a lot of awesome royalty-free music in the future. My viewers are very used to seeing me use a Facecam in videos, so I'm sort of doing it to appeal to them. We also have this... right, we found this little castle earlier. We'll get that. We can actually sail straight up and take it. Oh, maybe I should do that. So once we have taken the little island here, which we can't really get there yet, but next turn Prince Magnus and his army is going to take this. Hopefully. I mean, we'll probably take it. And then we're going to sail and take this rebel settlement right here. Now, Gunnar is going to keep an eye on Scotland on this front. And if you look at like an enemy troops or city's flag, you can see how much of it is like filled up with the darker color. That symbolizes the strength of the army. So this means that the city basically has no troops in it, while this army has a few troops, but not too many. So when you see a full blue flag on a Scottish troop, you're either facing William Wallace or you better run. Either way, you better run, actually. Okay, is there anything else we want to do? Not really. We're sending Prince Magnus up to the fort. Gunnar is here. Aran is not doing that well as a village, but hopefully we can make them happier. I'll keep a normal tax rate for now. There's a lot of insurgents. If I put down the tax rates, they become much happier. And I actually, yeah, and I get a more of a population growth, but it does cut down how much money I'm making. And right now, I worry a little bit more about money than the happiness of my people. Sounds terrible when you say it, but it's kind of true. So hopefully that diplomat's going to be recruited. We can start recruiting next turn, because the town hall's going to be built. So, Scotland, what you going to do when I come for you? Actually, it's the other way around right now. You are the one coming for me. They're boarding their little boat. So if you sink a ship that has a troop or a giant army on it, they'll sink. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, we can adopt another man. Let's hope this man doesn't die. Maybe the other guy died of joy when he heard the news. He's like, I'm being adopted, huh? Ugh. That could be. So, Snorri, calm down. You look like a decent man. You're loyal, you got some command, and you're a brave man. I like this. You have no negative traits as far as I can see, which is very good. I'll adopt you into the family, Snorri. Now, the Council of Nobles will from time to time send us on missions. So right now they are requesting that we take this little rebel settlement right here, which I'm already planning on doing, so sure thing. We upgraded the little castle on Mull, which should allow us to build... Oh, we can upgrade the castle once more? I don't think I have the money for that at the moment. I'll just build some dirt roads, I guess, because that's just such a nice little thing to make. Okay. End of turn report. We're losing a lot of money. How's our profits looking next turn? Losing even more, because I'm building a lot. It's... Gotta be careful here, Dark, but I need the basic trading facilities down. If I make some land clearances and some roads, and I get some trade rights going with my diplomats, I'll be able to make solid money. So the earlier I do that, the better. So they have a rebel army here. Let's move our spy through the land. Here we can see... Ooh, who's that? Farquhar. He's a Scottish family member. Perth has a few troops, and King Alexander himself. That does not look like the face of an 18-year-old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but no. No. Well, King Alexander, the boy king, is down here in Perth. If we take that and kill the king, we can destroy Scotland as a faction. But, as you can see, they have quite a lot of settlements and quite a lot of troops, so getting to that point is going to be tough. But now, let's move Prince Magnus ashore and let me show you some combat. Bum bum. Are you ready for this? We're also blockading the ports here. So, what we are going to be doing right now... Since we have catapults, we can attack the city and we won't have to spend a turn besieging it. Because if you come without catapults, you'll have to spend a turn making ramps and siege towers and ladders. And I'm just gonna click from time to time to make the action speed up because he's terribly slow. They have a wooden palisade, or a palisade, and it's not going to keep them safe. So I could spend some turns building ramps, but I think I'm just gonna assault your faces now, so... The first battle of this campaign. Let us go. Now who's in here? Face me. Captain Ronald is in command of these men. We have the Highlanders, some archers, peasant archers, and Highland rabble. This is gonna be a piece of cake. Now Prince Magnus is able to fight at night. This gives him an extra command point, and it also cuts off any reinforcements that aren't able to fight at night. So if this guy had a massive backup here, I could just take them out of the picture completely. But the same goes for my allies, so... It's, you gotta pick and choose. It's a balanced mechanic, but what's not balanced is the balance of power. Because we're outnumbering him, and our troop quality is much greater than his. If you heard that, his voice just gets cut off, because they made them... I don't know why. It just seems stupid to have your commander shout something that gets immediately cut off. Well, this is an overkill. But, I'm feeling it's a bit rainy. Let's wait for better weather. That's better. You call this a night attack? I don't, but oh well. So, when it comes to the battling process, this is probably my weaker point. I do better on the campaign map than the battle map, but... We will certainly do our best. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna group up our catapults and move them over here. Now we're going to be aiming for their gates to strike that down so we can send in our men. We're going to group up our cavalry and move them in the back here. The king, or the prince rather, or your general in general. Your general in general. Your general can move into combat, and you can see when he's being attacked or when he's fighting. The more people he kills, the stronger he will be. But you can also see that he's getting hurt, and he can very easily die. So you got to try to mix that up and have a good balance of your commanders getting practice and actually staying alive. So we also have some huskarls that will come in handy. Our archers we can group up here, and then the heavy infantry will group up here. I like to keep my troops grouped up a little. So, While we could be striking down the gates from the front, you can also be a bit more sneaky. Since we have 2 catapults, is there a gate over here? There is. What about this side? Oh, this looks good. Okay, let's have some fun with these rebels, shall we? So let's try a bit of a different technique. I'm going to place one set of catapults here, because they have a gate over here. So the defenders usually notice where the enemy is and rush to defend that portion, naturally. But if you have spread out your troops, then you will have a better time. If I can... Actually, I need to make them moldable a little. Moldable. And then set them to tight. There we go. Okay, so we're going to have this group right here. They're going to charge in as soon as the doors are down. And then we're going to take the city square. We have to hold this for 3 minutes, I think, or defeat all the enemies. It should be a piece of cake. And then over here, we have a slightly bigger army. Well then, let's start the battle. Oh, their army is over there. Alright, I'll signal the catapults to fire at the gates. Shouldn't take too long. Now right here are the rebels that are running for their life right now. The Highland rabble. There's going to be a lot of Highlanders fought in this war against the Scottish. Even though these are rebels, they are Scottish rebels, so we get a taste of what the Scottish troops are going to be like. Even though rebels generally have weaker troops and poorer morale. As you can see, they have completely retreated from the gates, meaning I can safely approach. Now, when you're trying to besiege, you'll have towers firing at you, but they will only fire if there are enemy troops positioned near the towers, or they have archers, of course. But their archers just ran away. So, usually when you're besieging, some things like this might take a while, and so... Wait, why are you not... Attack the gates! You can speed up time like this 2 times or 6 times, which just helps the process along a little bit. So, once I have done a few battles, at times things get a little bit repetitive, so once I've sort of showed you what I feel is like the basics of combat, I'll probably cut out a lot of... Yes! Cut out a lot of setup and such. But for now, we're gonna show it in all of its glory. Boom. Okay, well, the gates have been downed over here. Oh, look at this! They've actually decided to come and meet me. Oh, they're retreating again. They are running. Okay. Well then, I'm going to send... Actually, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to try to make the catapults lob a few bombs into town. Because maybe, if I'm lucky, I can get some good shots off. Because if you can hit a bunch of infantry with, you know, a giant flaming rock, you'll generally want to do that. So let's see, are we going to fire soon? Come on. I wonder if they can hit from here. No, they're going to fire them straight into the gates. Alright, come on. You can do it. Just lob them over. Come on. What's cool is that you can like go into the action and like see the specific troops. Like you can't control the troops, sadly, but you can get a good feel for what it's like and see the different troops and what they do in combat, which I've always really liked about the Total War games. So if the catapult's able to... Oh, wow. Launch a few rocks over here. The problem with destroying your own buildings is that, you know, I'm gonna take this settlement later and I have to rebuild all of this, but hey, it's all in good fun. Now this gate should be falling rather shortly, right? Yeah, it should be down, and then we can send in our troops and cause some proper chaos for these guys. Oh! No, my archers have... Or my catapults have the most terrible aim. I think I'll just send in my troops now.
The gates are down!
Alright. If the gates are down in both areas, I say we just... get going, shall we? Okay. So let's take the troops over here. And... Let's send them in. Let's have them rush inside. I'll move my cavalry over here. I don't like to send them in first. And over here we also have our troops marching. Still trying to hit them with the catapults, but it doesn't seem to work, so I'll just send that out of there. Otherwise we might get friendly fire. Here comes the Sami Axemen. Now you don't mess with these guys. That's for sure. So they're firing at us from the towers here, but we should be able to get through without taking too many casualties. Because once we've managed to get inside... Go, go, go! Go, man! What we could have done is that we could have used the catapults to take out these little towers, but I didn't want to delay any further. We'll send the Sami Axemen over here, and we'll send the Huskarls over here. Boom. And so they should be able to... I have well-trained heavy infantry, they have weak light infantry, so... I should be able to take them out no problem. How are things on this side of the battlefield? Okay. Looks like we have run into some Highlanders here, which are fighting back as best they can. How cute. And my archers are standing outside. The problem with archers is that sometimes you get friendly fire. There's just no way around it. So let's move them up a little bit to take aim at the other troops here so I don't hurt myself too badly. I'm actually going to ride in the king and the cavalry as well, just to give that extra morale boost to my own men. And we should be sending them running fairly shortly. We'll probably want to focus on the new Highlanders that are coming. On this side of the battlefield, what's going on? The Highland rabble are still fighting back against us. Interesting. Now my Huskarls are taking some fires from these peasant archers, but peasants have incredibly low morale, so when they see Vikings coming for them, chopping them down, they're gonna run. So whenever a troop routes, they're gonna run straight off the map and try to run away. And if they're successful, you might see them again later on the map, but most likely they'll just completely disappear and you won't have to worry about them again, so... There we go.
Our men have slain the enemy general.
This is good.
His troops will lose their will to fight.
Now what we can do is that we can make our troops, instead of just having like blob on blob combat right here, we can send our troops up. And that's gonna make them rout and run away right now. Can be a little bit confusing at times, so that's good that we have a button that can sort of help us navigate. So now that we have completely surrounded them with our cavalry, we can easily take them out. Now right in the middle here we have some Highland rabble. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to send in my infantry and my cavalry into the middle here. And I'm going to send my archers up to fire here. So I don't trust my archers not to... Oh, who rode in there? Now this Huskarl rode into the middle of things, which is bad. Now here is our prince. We need to keep an eye on our prince to make sure that he doesn't perish, but there should be a rather won battle here. These Highlanders won't really stand a chance. They got daggers, so good luck with that. Over here we have our Sami Axemen and our Huskarls fighting bravely against the peasant archers. They are broken. Their morale is broken. Over here we can see casualties. There's more grey than red, but men have died on this day. We'll make sure these rebels pay for that. So now we're going to send this troop over here to take care of this Highland rabble. Because then if you come from the flank, they're most likely going to rout immediately. Oh, these peasant archers decided to fight again. Sometimes the troop might rout and then immediately turn around and be like, I want to fight again now. Here. So over here, we're going to have our crossbow militia fire their bolts. They're going to fly up in the sky. And then we wait for the arrows to land down. When you have a lot of archery units, seeing like hundreds of arrows fly at your command is beautiful. Now let's have a look at our prince. Where's our prince at the moment? Is he doing okay? You always want to just have a little eye on him, because sometimes he can throw away his life in combat and get stuck and killed by peasants. Trust me. It's oh, there he is. So here's the king, or the prince rather. He's taking damage, he's bloodied. Let's pull him out. There's no shame in pulling out. As soon as your general starts to get some issues, as soon as he gets bloodied, you pull him out. That's something you should apply to a lot in your life. We're gonna pull out the cavalry now since we're taking some damage, and come on, infantry, you're just standing around doing nothing. Now you have them cornered, and I'm gonna make my archers stop firing, because now we should be able to win. We'll just charge in one final time with the cavalry for the morale, and that should break them. These rebels sure held out long. You know, I gotta give them that. Take out these peasant archers. Don't be mobile. Or idle, rather. You should be mobile. There we go. Okay. Captain Ronald lost all of his men. We lost 144 brave Norwegian souls on this day. But the castle is ours. That must be said. Good, good. I'll add it to my collection. They should also make the Council of Nobles happy.
Faith and courage have made us victorious. We
Yes.
praise God for this gift of victory.
This settlement has fallen to the might of your army. Victory is yours, and the fate of the settlement lies in your hands. So, you can occupy a settlement, you can sack a settlement, meaning you go in and you massacre some of the populace, you loot, you spread some general fare, and you can exterminate the populace, causing widespread fear, but also destroying a lot. I usually just go for the middle option, sacking, and it fits well with the Norwegian image, so here we go. Boom. The settlement is ours. And the Council of Nobles are pleased, and they gave me some florins for that. Good, good. Now, first things first, we gotta repair this wooden palisade here. Because we broke it down, so we gotta fix it up again. That's how it goes. Ooh, I can increase the tax rate. Look at this. The people are so okay with me right now because of fear. 40% of public order right now is because of fear. Excellent. So we also make some dirt roads and some land clearance. That's usually how it goes here. Now, what's gonna be next for our brave army? I'm thinking maybe they could get on Admiral Jens's ship. I'll actually want to merge these together so I'm not defeated on the waters by another fleet and losing everybody. We might want to move them up and take this rebel settlement here, but this might be in too much... It might be a contested area because Scotland's nearby, so maybe we'll want to send them up and take Skye. Then again, is Skye necessary right now? We'll see. The good thing is that we have a pretty good shot at Scotland's shore right here. We can make troops in Castletown, so we can make some pretty powerful forces here. And then we can send them up. And we can also move them down and, you know, get them good, as they say. Wait, where did he go? Okay, so suddenly this captain is gone. Either that... Oh, okay, there he is. You see these trees? If you move a troop over a tree, they might actually hide and be harder for the enemy to spot. Okay, so you decided to give up. I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna march down here. I'm gonna march on their castle. I have the troops to take this, no doubt about it. Now, I'll also want to move down these troops. Let's see. And these, and we want to merge them together into one giant army. Now, this right here, this is a force to be reckoned with. I'm leaving a lot of troops in your hands, Skeller. So what we need to do is that we need to make him feel appreciated. So he has to be on the battlefield. We have to win gloriously. And that way, we can win his loyalty and his trust. And we need that. So in Kirkwall, we just finished building a town hall, meaning we can now recruit a diplomat. Yes! A diplomat is a man who serves his people as a representative in negotiations. So we'll definitely get one of those. And then next turn, yeah, we're just gonna send the diplomat down. And Knut Håkonsson is going to hold the fort down up here in Wick, I think. I mean, he doesn't... he does decent. What's it called? Yeah, look, the governor's influence is quite powerful here, so... I might be able to move him out eventually, but I'll keep Knut in the town for now. So we're going to be moving on Scotland because I don't trust them, and frankly, I feel like they deserve a beating. And the little peaceful village of Arran just keeps being miserable. No, they're not miserable, they're just like not as happy as they could be. But oh well, it's medieval times. Deal with it. Okay, I feel like we did well that round. We took our first settlement. And we have a spy in the land of the Scottish, so now we can see the Scottish family member over here battling some rebels. They'll probably win. Looks like it. And the rebels are retreating. Okay. Scottish fleets, Scottish troops. Sometimes it takes a while when you decide to see the NPC or the CPU moves, but I personally like it because of things like this. Scotland, are you going on a little tour of the islands? You just want to see some beautiful greenery? Okay. Wait, what are you doing? Are you trying to sneak a troop past me? Well, Scotland just moved on Arran. They didn't besiege it, but it makes me wonder. So, Snorri, one of the guys that we recently adopted, can apparently get himself a waifu. Let's arrange for that. And the council are greatly impressed by your leadership. Oh, thank you. I haven't done a lot, but I'll take it. Yay! Marriage celebrations! Now, let's see. Where is he at? He's down in Castletown right now, because that's our capital, so he was transferred here. I think what we'll recruit is that we'll recruit another longboat, so we can transfer him to where there's some action going on. Do you have any interesting traits? Proven commander. No, he's just a great general, loyal man who does well in combat. End of turn report. We're doing slightly better. We actually had profits the last turn, so that's good. We finished building a lot of land clearance and dirt roads. And the diplomat has been recruited. Okay. So let's go up here. Bring him out. Thorgeir Telling. Cool, cool. Though his statements are usually considered sound, he lacks the charisma to influence others. We'll see. He has a diplomatic nature. He's multilingual. Lingual. That was difficult. He has dogmatic beliefs, though. But he is discreet. So, I'll send you out, Thorgeir. You sound like an awesome man. We'll send you on a ship. And we will want to treat... I mean, we could treat with the Scottish, but honestly, I feel like war is going to be imminent with the Scottish. And I don't think I'm unreasonable in thinking so. So we could propose a peace, but the problem is that if a faction attacks you, they generally feel confident and they won't accept a peace treaty. Now, the other factions... We could reach England over here, because England has occupied most parts of Ireland right now. Or we could go down here, and I think... I mean, if I go down this path... Because we have Wales here, England here, and Ireland. Yes, let's send our diplomat ship in this direction. Let's try to reach the shores over here. Which is going to take a while, but we'll eventually get there, and we'll be able to establish some trade rights, maybe trade some map information with the other factions in the area. But right now, I'm a bit worried about what Scotland's doing on my land. What are you? Look, the village was even feeling happy. Are you gonna seriously sack them? These poor guys. What do we have in this? Oh gosh. So we have 200 Viking raiders and 100 peasant archers.
No time to haver. I'm on duty.
Oh, this looks like quite the army. I wonder, if I move Gunnar over here, can I see his troop from a distance?
The Highlands' finest.
Highland rabble aren't amazing. They're quite weak. Highland archers aren't amazing either. But combined they have hundreds of troops. And I have like 300. And I don't think it's gonna be like the movie here. Or maybe it is gonna be like the movie, but we're still gonna die, so... Aw.
Yes.
Well, he's gonna chill in the Scottish fishing ports, hearing great tales. I'm really enjoying myself right now. Just, there's something so zen about playing a game like this, about playing a Total War game, especially a game that I haven't played in forever, and a game that I feel like I know so well, and it means so much to me, so... Even though everybody's about to attack me now, I'm going to have a miserable time. We need to figure out how to defend the village of Arran from the Scottish bastards that are approaching, so tune in next time when that happens. Have a still good day, take care, and stay awesome. But most importantly, everybody, stay dark. Goodbye.